I have nothing to show you on camera. Just concentrate on the audio today in today's live feed. If you have any questions or concerns, let me know for sure, and I'll try my best to answer them. Sometimes I take snapshots and I'll try to address your question later on. In today's video, I want to talk about whether or not you should be a observe and report private security officer, observe and report private security company. Is it worth it, is what you want to ask yourself. So for those of you who don't know much about private security, you're getting into it. Observe and report security, or observe and report guard, refers to private security officers who observe an incident and then report it to the authorities. It's that simple. That's the recommended procedure for security guards in the state of California. The guard card manual, called the Powers to Arrest manual, they recommend that you observe and report, but there's an additional notation, and they tell you that different security companies might have a different policy on that. You don't have to be American Top Gunners here. Hey brother, how you doing? You don't have to be a hands-off private security company, meaning you can go out there and make private person's arrest. You don't have to be that company who's hands-off. And I'll tell you this, that a lot of security companies out there, they're getting a lot of work, and they're taking the work away from Allied Universal, Securitas, the major security companies, and they're taking away work because they're actually getting involved and they're out there making an arrest. A buddy of mine called, he's not my buddy, acquaintance, called Officer Hensley. Officer Hensley from the, is it Mississippi or Louisiana area? He's going down with the SRT patches. He says that he has better equipment than police. Apparently he's better trained than police. He's gonna get the SRT patch, which stands for Special Response Team. He's gonna be sporting that patchwork. Officer Hensley can do more than what police can do, according to Officer Hensley. Oh my goodness. Hey guys, I'm on Instagram under The Firearms Trainer. Perfect way to connect. Direct message me any information that you have. Another subscriber sent me an email, basically saying, hey, thanks Sean for the channel. I know that you talked about a certain company out there, but here's a new video that they made, and I'm not impressed. I keep getting this company confused with DSS, Diplomatic Security Services. The logo looked very, very similar. I just don't think that video that I was linked to impresses me a lot. I'm just wondering, like, what are you sending me? But I appreciate it. I really appreciate it, because I get to see what innovative idea security companies have out there. Okay, so let's talk about, is it worth it? So from the line staff, okay, you're a security officer that gets paid $8 an hour armed. Do you think it's worth it to be able to put somebody in handcuffs and put them in the back of your security patrol unit? You think it's worth it? I'll tell you this, if that prisoner has some type of a diabetic episode, they're thinking that they're going to spend a long time in jail, they slip the fentanyl, and somehow they sneak it in their pocket, they're double jointed, and they sniff it, and then they OD. And what do you have? You basically have the police equivalent of an in custody death. You want to be in that predicament? I'll tell you this, it's scary as hell. I had an incident, and I'm talking about because it's beyond the statute of limitations, and it did not. We did not. There's no liability attached to it. But anyhow, there was this person who I thought was acting slightly unusual. And I had some guys, this is a long time ago or a while back, I had some of the guys unhandcuff that person, and later on they code blued in the back of an ambulance, and that person expired. My gut told me, take the handcuffs off. You guys want to be responsible for prisoner welfare, put those handcuffs on. Because I'll tell you, with handcuffing somebody comes a huge responsibility. You might get a female, okay, that's like 4 months pregnant. You don't realize it because she's not showing yet. You put her in handcuffs. All of a sudden, you inflict that emotional distress and she loses a baby. All of a sudden, it's your fault. Are you willing to do that for $8 an hour, $10 an hour? Because I sure ain't. No way. At all. Okay? So a prisoner needs his insulin, right? Somebody you took into custody for something like shoplifting. Police are taking way too long. All of a sudden, diabetic coma. Guess what fault it is? The finger's gonna go back to you because you're responsible for prisoner care when they're in your custody. So is it worth it? Searching apartments, right? Apartment buildings. The video that I just saw, I see two security guards who are apparently, I don't know, maybe special forces, right? Searching an apartment building, a vacant apartment building, using dynamic entry. I got news for you. Dynamic entry is not a technique that you normally use when you are searching an apartment building that's vacant, that there's no signs of anyone being inside. You don't use dynamic entry. You're going to get yourself hurt, someone else hurt, because you're going to miss that person that's hiding within the cut. You don't know what a cut is? You probably should not be doing building searches if you don't know what a hard corner is or what a cut is. There's a security company out there called Newton Patrol, Los Angeles area. Very interesting company. I've seen them go code 3 on video. That's what you call a hands-on security company. Let me go there. Let me get there before the police get there. Okay, do you know what immunity is, right? Okay, look, if you're a law enforcement officer, as long as you're driving within reasonable speed, you have your lights and siren on, you go through the intersections, you crash, as long as you don't have that reckless disregard for life, for the most part, you are immune in a lawsuit. They're not going to go after your personal assets. The same cannot be said for private security, because I assure you that if you're a private security guard, you're going code 3 to a call, right? On public streets, even in a private parking lot. Okay, you crash, I guarantee your employer is going to say, I didn't authorize code 3. We don't do code 3. It's too dangerous. Why is this guard doing this? He's doing it on his own. You think they're going to back you up? Because they're not. If you think that your employer is going to back you up, speak now or forever hold your truth. What employer is this? In the comment section right now, let us all know. It ain't happening. And I'll tell you this, for Newton Patrol, their their social media platform is obviously endorsed by management, right? You got some people going code 3. Guess what? You're giving implied consent for all the employees that you have to roll code 3. It's not worth it, guys. Let's just say they're paying you $30 an hour. You think it's worth it to go code 3? I don't. Code 3, quite honestly, I don't even have the same excitement. I admit, when I was starting off in security, I always wanted to go code 3. I'm not going to deny this on camera, but hey, maybe I did go code 3 when I should not have went code 3. Beyond the statute of limitation period. Getting into law enforcement, I've driven code 3 numerous occasions. Now, when there's a collision, right, with injuries or something like that, I'll drive like 1 mile an hour over the speed limit, maybe 5, lights and siren. And I'll compare my timing to another officer that has full authority to drive faster. Guess who gets there faster? Obviously the officer who's driving a little bit faster. But the time that they get there, I mean, you're talking about seconds. No more than a minute. And what do they do when they get there? They walk around, make sure the scene is safe. And usually the scene was somewhat safe before they even got there. Are they rendering medical aid? Very rarely. Most of the time the fire department gets there on time. I'm just telling you that it's not worth it to go hands-on all the time. Now, I am all for the security that's fully incorporated, has the proper insurance, that has the proper training. If they want to go hands-on, I back them 100%. We need security companies that are hands-on. But when I see someone like Officer, damn it, what's his name? Oh my goodness, what is his name? The one I'm following on Instagram. When I see Officer Hensley displaying a SWAT patch and basically saying that he has better equipment than law enforcement, I get really nervous when somebody like that tells me that they are a hands-on company. I really do. All right, let's go through the comments. American Top Gunners is definitely not worth it unless a physical threat to a person's life. Mike, professional security journals here. He says, funny, Sean goes live right when my 30 starts. I'm telling you, we're brothers from another mother's. He says, all cats are mine. I'm walking a restaurant for the strip for lunch, just saying hi and checking in. Man, that's awesome. Las Vegas, guys. Las Vegas, Nevada. The town that never sleeps. Give me a second. Let me drink some water. Here's a dad tip for you guys, or a parent tip. So I got my kid who's 4. He sits in the back, right? And he's always drinking water. Should I drink this water? Comment below. Should I drink this water or not? Hell to the no, I'm not. Oh my goodness, just opened up. No. Never drink your kid's water in the back seat, guys. It has literally millions of floaters in it. Every single time, don't drink random water in the back. I'm going to answer your questions, everyone's questions right now in a minute, since I got some extra time. Keen Ashi says, I'm 18. How do I become a gunsmith? Oh, that is awesome. Man, that is awesome. Gunsmith. He don't want to just be an armorer. He wants to be a gunsmith. The question is, where are you located? My suggestion to you is go to, even if you got to move, young man, go to Prescott. It's pronounced Prescott, but it's spelled Prescott, Arizona. There's a Yavaki College. I can't pronounce it. It's Indian. And they have an in-person college where you can learn all about gunsmithing. It's a 2-year degree. And I'll tell you about Prescott, Arizona. Sometimes I get worried because people cut me off. They flip me off because I'm driving to the Gunsite 250 class, or I'm driving to Gunsite. They see I'm from California and they resent Californians, so they honk at you, flip you off, cut you off. But what I'm saying is that whole area is into gun culture. Everybody has a gun in Prescott, Arizona. Go to that college. Look it up. I don't care if you live in Kentucky, Florida, move over there. That is the place. Hopefully that helps. MT Security 8 SRT. Security 8 SRT. Highly useful when you need a tactical approach to secure laundry rooms and pool gates. Oh man, we're gonna get a lot of people angered today on this live stream. Oh man, right? No, guys, there is a need in private security for SRT. There's a need, but as for a full-time SRT team, that's not being really realistic. There's not a lot of security agencies that can have a full-time SRT. Now, if you work for like the government contractors, they do have SRT teams. You probably haven't seen them around, but they do exist. But generally in private security, you don't have them around. And if they are around, they're fake. All they do is get the tactical, most looking employees, and they slap on an ERT or an SRT patch in the back. Because I slap on this patch, I know what I'm doing. We did tons of social media review videos of these companies that advertise ERT, SRT, and their building searches look like crap. I'm really like pressed on where they get their level of training, but it's really sad. We done social media reviews where the security companies, they're putting the SWAT logo on their uniform with the eagle and the lightning bolt. We've seen some like Navy SEAL Trident stuff on security uniforms. It's ridiculous. American Top Gunner says, which of your videos speaks about vests? He says, I was hands-on with Star Pro Security of Costa Mesa. You know, I've had some people ask me about Star Pro. I think I worked for the owner before. Is it Daryl Cowan that's running Star Pro? I don't remember. Darren Cowan used to run Nordic Security in the early 2000s, and he started his own security company, and he also has a BSIS, TIF and TFF training facility license where he can train those who need a firearm permit. I know him. I don't know if that's his company. I just forgot. But yeah, I do know that Star Pro Security is hands-on. Jack Spade says, go hands-on and be proactive. Yes. More knowledge and understanding, though, of security. People need to be active. You know, and that's another thing. You know, if you're over there, you're doing your rounds and you're actively looking for like lights that are out, hazards on property, that is hands-on also. And I would even say that if you are flashing your flashlight at a suspicious vehicle from a great distance away, I would argue that that's hands-on too. Hands-on doesn't mean that you're physically hands-on. It just means that you're doing a little bit more than private security. Hote Splice says, both, each situation depends. Me and a fellow guard, we're just talking about Narcan and applying it when necessary. But our companies don't offer training or the client's general manager has Narcan in. And again, that is, you know, that's a hands-on security company. I mean, you're preventing people from dying. A firefighter told me that you cannot OD somebody with Narcan. You can't just give them too much. At first I thought that you can Narcan someone too much. But a firefighter told me on the scene where they just gave Narcan that you can't. I don't know, guys. I'm not a paramedic. I'm not an EMT. I can't even train you how to use Narcan. All I can tell you is for us that are law enforcement, we're given Narcan and we have to watch like a 30-minute video. That's the training. Hotel Splices is their office, but we don't feel comfortable using it. Yeah, I mean, you're not gonna feel comfortable if you don't know how to use it. Again, same with me. I don't feel comfortable. You know, I'll use it in case of emergency if my partner needs it or I need it. And I feel like fire department is too far away, I'll give it a try on that other individual. American Top Gunner says, I did not know the owner of Star Pro. I need a certified ballistic vest. Where's the website to check certifications? California. No, wait a minute. National Institute of Justice. Just type in on Google National Institute of Justice body armor search. Search the body armor. There's a pull down menu. Actually, Mike from the Professional Security Journal has done like quite a bit of body armor videos where he shows you to go on the website. You could type in the manufacturer, and then an automatic or a menu will populate, and you'll see what the manufacturer is and the actual product. Mike is the one who found us basically the Frass body armor at a cheaper price, like a fraction of what you pay. So Frass is offered, and that's basically it's your soft armor, but it's supposed to protect you against rifle rated rounds that are not green tip, that don't travel too fast. Safe Life has Frass. It's very expensive and it's very uncomfortable. There's a product, and they're not on the NIJ list. People get all mad at me because I put down, or I criticize their Safe Life defense armor, which some of you are probably wearing right now. But to be real, when you type in Safe Life armor, Frass is not, it's not an NIJ certified product. Mike from the Professional Security Journal was able to find a product that's similar to Frass, that's a fraction of the price, that is certified by the NIJ. No problem, Top Gunner. Glad to be of assistance. All right, guys, so that's all I got for the hour. Let me know, do you run a hands-on security company, and what does that mean? Do you understand the liability that's attached to it, and is it worth it? Is it worth it? Are you getting, are your contract or your billable rates, are they more because you have, you have a hands-on company? And if you are the security officer, okay, do you get paid more, and is it worth it? Is it worth it that you get individually sued for violating, well, I got to be careful what I'm saying, because a lot of people don't know this, but you cannot, in most cases as a security officer, you cannot violate one's constitutional rights. You can't. If you're over here, sitting here, disagreeing with me, I'm not going to go into a disagreement contest. Figure it out. But generally speaking, private security cannot be held civilly responsible for violating the civil rights of somebody else. You can be held in civil court for under tort law, but no, not under constitutional law, unless you are representing the government. Okay. Who's here? Hot Splice says, I recommend Ace Link level 4. Just got to keep an eye out for the discount days. So when you guys are searching this body armor, go on the NIJ website. Make sure you type in Ace Link and see what this product is. Okay. We've done so many body armor review videos. Mike, I think, honestly, I think Mike from the Professional Security Journal has done the best, the most comprehensive body armor video. Now, these videos were long, like hours. I think one was like an hour and 45 minutes. Just put it, like, if you want to watch, I don't think he has it up anymore because his account got hacked. But if you put it like on 1.5 speed, you can get a lot of more information in. TB Dream Teacher says, what's new in security, driving code 3 on private property? No, I've seen them on video on the highway, like not highway, on public streets. Public streets. I don't think I've even seen them driving code 3 on private property, just on public streets. All right, guys, I'm out, and I'm looking forward to the dialogue. Take care.